Welcome to another segment of the Why Is That So podcast. And today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that I simply titled Why Some People Stay and Others Walk Away. There's something I've never really shared about a certain part of my life in full detail. And that is when my late wife went into the hospital for the last time, what we both thought was just another visit she'd be seeing, it ended up turning into a hospice stay. And I remember sitting there that first day thinking, I'm just going to be here with her. Simple as that. And that first day turned into that first week. And that week turned into 2 weeks. And 2 weeks turned into a month. And the part that really stood out to me that everybody else was looking at was the fact that I never left. Not once. I slept there. I ate there. I lived there. I stayed right by her side. Now, here's what confused me. During that time, the nursing staff and the doctors kept coming up to me saying, "You're such a good husband." And I didn't know how to take that. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, like, what do you mean? What else would I be doing right now? That wasn't me going above and beyond. That just felt like what the baseline response should be. That basically felt like love. But then one of the nurses said something that shifted everything for me. She said, "You'd be surprised. We see men leave after a few days and never come back." And I remember just sitting there thinking, how? How do you walk away from someone you love in the moment that they need you the most? How does empathy not pull you back into that room? And for a long time, I wrestled with that question until I started understanding something deeper. This wasn't just about love. This wasn't just about character. This was about the nervous system. See, when someone you love is dying, your brain doesn't just register sadness, it registers threat, loss of attachment, loss of control, helplessness. And the body has to respond to that. Now, most people think there are only two responses: fight or flight. But there's actually more. Some people fight the reality, some people run from the pain, and some shut down completely. And when people leave in those moments, a lot of times it's not because they don't care. It's because their system is overwhelmed. Their brain is basically saying, "This is too much for you to feel. We've got to get you out of here." But then there's another response. And it's one people don't talk about enough. It's the ability to stay, to sit in it, to feel it without running from it, to be present even when it hurts. And I had to ask myself, why was I able to stay during this difficulty, during her time of difficulty? Because with the conditions, I wasn't meditating there at the hospital. I wasn't really focused on doing any breath work. I definitely wasn't in some calm, controlled environment. I was in one of the most emotionally intense situations of my life. But what I realized later was this: even though I wasn't actively practicing, my nervous system had already been trained. See, meditation isn't just something you do, it's something that rewires you. It builds your capacity to feel without breaking. It strengthens the part of your brain that says, I can handle this. So while someone else's system might say, escape this pain, mine said, stay here. This matters. And there was something else: attachment. My attachment. When you truly bond with someone, your brain doesn't just register them as a person, it registers them as part of you. So leaving in that moment, for some people, that feels like survival. But for others, like me, leaving would have felt like abandoning a part of myself. So I stayed. Not because I was trying to be strong, not because I was trying to prove anything, but because neurologically, emotionally, spiritually, there was nowhere else I could be. I want to say this, especially for anybody listening who's judging themselves or someone else for how they showed up in a moment like that. People don't always respond based on love. They respond based on capacity. Capacity of the nervous system, capacity of emotional regulation, capacity to sit with pain. And here's the truth most people don't hear: capacity can be built. Yeah. You can train your mind. You can regulate your nervous system. You can expand your ability to stay present in the hardest moments of your life. Because one day, you're going to be in a moment that asks something from you. A moment that doesn't give you time to prepare. A moment where your body is going to decide before your mind does. Am I staying or am I leaving? And the question is, who are you going to be in that moment? For me, that moment already came and I stayed. And if you take anything from this message, let it be this: please don't wait until life tests you to build the capacity to show up. Because when the moment comes, you won't rise to the occasion. You'll fall back to your conditioning. And that's why the work that I do matters. Ask yourself, what am I conditioning myself for right now? Because one day, somebody's going to need you to stay. And the question won't be, do you love them? That won't be the question. The question will be, can your nervous system handle the moment? Just think about that for a second. And as we go further into our shows, this is what we'll be unpacking. Because understanding the mind, understanding the body is how we learn to show up when it matters most. I'm DeCourcy Dumas. I'm an exponential health coach, and I am a nervous system regulation strategist. I hope this message has helped you. And if you feel like it can help someone that you know, please like and share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next episode. High vibrations and namaste.